The day my entitled brother tried to expose my tech job, only to find I secretly owned a massive multi-million-dollar software empire. Do you know what it feels like to be the invisible backup plan in your own family? Yeah, welcome to my entire childhood. I am 32 and my brother Chase is 30. Chase was the golden boy, the high school quarterback, the sports prodigy, the kid destined for the NFL. Meanwhile, I was just the geek in the basement typing away on a hand-me-down keyboard. Whenever Chase jammed a finger or pulled a hamstring, the whole house went into total lockdown. My parents would drop everything, drain their savings for private physical therapists, and force me to do his chores because, Chase needs to rest his throwing arm. I got a full-ride academic scholarship to MIT. When I told my parents, my mom literally said, "That is nice, honey, but could you keep it down? Chase is reviewing game tape. Game tape for a high school scrimmage." I did not even get a pat on the back, so I left. I moved to Boston, kept my head down, and started coding. While Chase was bouncing around community colleges, failing to walk onto any football team, I was building a cybersecurity software firm. I started small, living off ramen noodles, coding until my eyes literally bled. By the time I was 28, my company secured a massive government contract. I am talking life-changing, stupid amounts of money. Did I tell my family? Absolutely not. I knew exactly what would happen. They would suddenly care about me. Or rather, they would care about my wallet. So, I played the part of the struggling IT guy. Every holiday, I would drive up in a rented 10-year-old sedan, wearing basic clothes, and listen to them brag about Chase's new job as a junior assistant manager at a local gym. I remember one Christmas, Chase was showing off his new designer watch, a $2,000 piece he bought on a maxed-out credit card. He smirked at me and said, "Hey, Jake, maybe if you put in some overtime, you could afford a nice Casio." I just smiled, adjusted the cuff of my sweater to hide the fact that I was wearing a bespoke $75,000 watch, and said, "Yeah, maybe someday, Chase." The irony was absolutely delicious, but I am not a total monster. When I found out my parents were facing foreclosure because they co-signed a massive business loan for Chase's failed sports supplement company, I stepped in. I set up an anonymous trust paying their mortgage every single month. I let them believe it was some miracle government relief program. Fast forward to the 4th of July BBQ last year. I was sitting in my childhood living room waiting for the burgers to cook. I had my tablet open, monitoring a massive corporate buyout. My company was being acquired for $85 million. I stepped outside to grab a cold drink. That was my fatal mistake. Chase, being the nosy, entitled golden boy he is, saw my tablet screen turn on from an email notification. He thought it would be hilarious to cast my screen to the living room smart TV, to make fun of whatever nerd stuff I was doing in front of the whole extended family. I walked back inside, holding a soda, just as the TV flashed my private banking dashboard and the final acquisition paperwork. The screen literally said, in massive, undeniable font, "Wire transfer pending, $85 million. The entire room went dead silent. You could hear a pin drop. My mom dropped her paper plate. Chase just stood there, his jaw on the floor, blinking like his brain had completely short-circuited. "Jake," my dad stammered, pointing a shaking finger at the TV. "Is that a video game? What is that?" I casually walked over, picked up my tablet, and disconnected the screen. "No, Dad, that is my company. We just closed a buyout." Chase turned beet red. You are a millionaire, and you let us struggle. You let me drive a beat-up Civic." I laughed. I actually laughed out loud. "Struggle? Who do you think has been paying the mortgage on this house for the last 4 years, Chase?" My parents gasped. "That was you?" my mom whispered, clutching her pearls. But then, her shock turned into anger. Actual anger. "If you had that kind of money, why did you not buy your brother a house? Why did you not invest in his supplement business?" I stared at her. I was absolutely floored. Not, "We are so proud of you." Not, "Thank you for saving our home." Just, "Why did you not give more to Chase?" "Because his business was a scam, Mom," I said, my voice ice cold. "And because you spent my entire life making me feel like I did not exist. I paid your mortgage because I did not want to see you on the street, but I do not owe you a single red cent." Chase lunged forward, screaming about how it was family money and how he deserved a cut because he was the star of the family. I packed my bags right then and there. Before I walked out the front door, I looked at my dad and said, "By the way, that anonymous mortgage payment, it stops today. Good luck, Star." I walked exactly 3 blocks down the street and drove away in my actual car, a custom Porsche. Within 2 hours, my phone completely exploded. text messages, voicemails, massive Facebook essays from distant cousins, calling me a greedy, selfish monster. So, I changed my number, I moved to a luxury penthouse in Seattle, and I never looked back. Sometimes the best thing you can do with a toxic family is let them drown in their own entitlement.